How we doing, everyone? This is the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson press conference. Ryan Clark, if I'm not mistaken, giving the intros here right now. So let's see what this press conference delivers. We know the fight is a joke, let's be honest. But let's see what the press conference delivers. See if it can get us any more excited for this absolute show. This farce of a fight, okay? I'm not very convinced it will.
Right, it's going to
still, let's have a listen.
Right, it's going to have a reunion between 6 generations of boxing fans. For all of the people that rooted for
6 generations of boxing fans, yeah. Because Mike Tyson's 58 and Jake Paul's 26. That's not a good thing to point out. It's not Ryan Clark's fault. He's reading the script.
Beat Anderson Silva. All the things that Jake have done to get to this event.
Beat a 50-year-old Anderson Silva. Actually getting booed. So a lot of support there for Mike Tyson, of course, you know. And wouldn't that be something if a 58-year-old man defeats the future of boxing?
How prepared are you to knock Jake Paul out?
I'm very prepared. I had a small adversity. I got sick, but I'm better. I feel good.
Jake,
a medical emergency.
You got money. You
had to get rushed off a plane.
You've knocked out folks already. What would possess you to fight the most vicious man in the world?
What would possess you?
Making history. This is what it's all about for me, man. I'm a kid from Ohio. Hey, New York. Shut the fuck up, New York.
Oh.
Hey, boo yourself.
Boo yourself.
New York. Hey, New York. New York. New York. You're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. Fuck you, New York. Fuck you.
First of all, trash talk is terrible. All he can do is resort to going, fuck you, New York. Fuck you, New York. You're what Mike Tyson was. You were good 20 years ago. Jake, I hate to point out the obvious, that makes you look pathetic. You just admitted that you're going up against an old man who is a legend, of course, but he's not that guy anymore.
Dumbass Democratic City.
Mike, you were used to being the most hated guy walking into a ring. What's it like fighting someone that's hated even more than you are?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Jake Paul's he's just a tool bag. I'm not going to lower myself and swear. I mean, look at him there. It's nice to see that he's finally getting booed and getting the kind of response that he deserves. Of course, Mike Tyson, New York, that's kind of his stomping ground. He was raised in Brooklyn, so he's going to have a lot of people there. But he's a worldwide legend, and so's Jake Paul. But look at that. Finally, for once, an educated crowd.
I don't know. Say that again. That's interesting.
I said...
I'll tell you what, Mike Tyson does look like he's in decent shape, though, and fair play to him. A 58-year-old, to get yourself in shape, to put the work in, to have that kind of work ethic, that's not easy, man. It's not easy at all, so respect to him for that. And I think that's what Mike Tyson's using this whole thing as. A reason to train, a reason to get in shape, to challenge himself, to test himself, to have a bit of fun. Yeah, okay, make some money along the way, but use Jake Paul as just a reason to occupy your mind, to get better, and as I say, improve your health. And yeah, make some money along the way. Why not?
So this guy, right, he comes out, he gets all the boos. You used to be the bad guy of boxing. Now you're fighting the bad guy of boxing. How important is it to you to prove that you should still be in the ring?
Jake Paul ain't the bad guy of boxing. He's just the bell end of boxing.
Hey, listen, I'm just ready. I'm going to do my talk, and I'm going to talk my shit, but I'm ready to fight.
So Mike says he's ready to fight, Mike. Let's think about this, Jake. You're coming off of knocking out Mike Perry, right? He was the bare-knuckle champion. He was a guy who showed you respect, but I don't think people really understand what it took to knock him out. What does fighting Mike Tyson and winning...
I'll tell you what it took to knock him out. Mike Perry having only one professional boxing fight, and Jake Paul being about 30 to 40 pounds bigger, heavier, about a good 3 or 4 inches taller, 2 weight classes above. They're the real reasons.
Do for you at this stage?
They'll never give me credit. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. If I was walking on water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim. And this is to make history, you know.
Compares himself to Jesus.
By this strong, powerful guy. All the people in my comments saying, look at his power, he's going to get KO'd. People yelling at me in the event. But what happens when I put this man to sleep? This shit is not a joke. He's saying that...
You should go to prison for manslaughter. If you put the man to sleep, if you knock him out, if you were to kill Mike Tyson in the squared circle, which is a real risk, sadly, that does happen. He's an older man. He's almost a pensioner. If you do that, I say charge you with manslaughter because this is grade A horseshit.
It's going to be my funeral. He's saying it's going to be my wake. He's going to kill Jake Paul, all of these things. And that's why I love Mike. I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this motherfucker out, and we're going to see who's dead. We will see who's dead. We will.
The glasses are off. It's serious.
See who's dead, Mike. We will. We will.
Hey,
So this right here, this is a really interesting thing because remember Mike Tyson 20 years ago, the man was a maniac. At press conferences, he was often getting into brawls, threatening to eat your babies and stuff like that.
My defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
I'm not even going to repeat some of the things he said at some of them because that will definitely get me thrown off YouTube, right? The man was a psychotic maniac. Now here he is at this age, 58 years old. What comes with age? A little bit of maturity. You learn to calm down. You haven't got the same amount of testosterone running through your body. You're a man of the world and you're more at peace with everything. And that's what we're seeing here. Mike Tyson's taking his time before he even answers the question. Jake Paul on the other side's a little gobby teenager.
Mike, when you hear Jake Paul
No
say,
answer.
though, we're going to see who's dead, what does that do to you? Does that make you put yourself in the mindset of understanding that this young killer wants to take you out?
Killer.
is he really a young killer?
Yeah, you had to go on your little menopause break and postpone the fight, so yeah. What about that, dog? I was ready before. You needed a little break. Your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt still?
I feel a lot better now. I feel a lot better.
So this is all pre-planned, right? Jake Paul will have told Tyson, listen, I'm going to be a dick. I'm going to talk a lot of shit.
About getting in the ring.
So they're asking Tyson, was he nervous?
I was terrified.
Jake, when you are truly trying to show people that you care about boxing, you've put in the work, you've fought professional boxers, you've fought mixed martial artists, you've knocked them out.
He fought one boxer and he lost.
Seriously, but you bring Mike Tyson to add validity to what you're doing, and he's sitting here laughing at you.
Because he's a laughing stock.
Shit. I'm here to make $40 million and knock out a legend. I don't give a about anything else, and he's the one that wanted it to be a pro fight, so he's gonna get his ass knocked out for real, on a real record. You're gonna see on BoxRec, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Jake Paul KOs Mike Tyson. I'm not here to do shit besides make a bag.
Yeah, exactly. Not here to do anything apart from make some money on Mike Tyson's name. But more importantly, to try and hold the wool over the eyes of the public that he's a bad man, that he is that guy.
You were
somebody
the youngest heavyweight champion
that is what Jake
of all time.
Listen, you just have to listen to the fact. We got a YouTuber fighting the greatest fighter that ever lived.
Every time these fighters sit across from me and it's YouTuber, it's Disney Channel, all that shit, and then you end up on the canvas and you'll see it's going to be no different here. I promise you that.
Well, that is true. It's because you pick these opponents that are in this case 58, or they're way past their sell-by date, or they're smaller than you. Fighting is about challenging yourself.
You started Most Valuable Promotions 3 years ago. Now you're partnering with Netflix. Over 270 million subscribers can watch this fight. What does it say about what you've been able to build?
I brought this deal to this old ass motherfucker. We signed the contract contract with Netflix, and I brought him the deal. So you're welcome, my son. I'm going to discipline you like a son. So shut the f*** up with all that need this, need that. We brought you the deal, and remember that too.
He's saying he brought you the deal, but you feel like the deal needed you. That Mike Tyson had to be a part of this in order for this room to be filled this way. So the disrespect coming from this dude, how does that make you feel? Like, when does this turn into you to stop liking Jake Paul and just want to knock Jake Paul the f*** out?
I don't know. He amazes me.
So
Fuck Jake Paul.
Listen,
Fuck
yeah,
Jake
they're all
Paul.
chanting F Jake Paul, by the way. Mike Tyson slowed down physically, but he's clearly slowed down mentally as well. He can hardly bring himself to think of a response, a retort, to talk some shit. Part of that is probably because he doesn't want to lower himself to doing that because he's better than that, and he looks around at this complete clown show
To
that he's
denigrate
involved with.
your
Just
name.
think
He
of the payday.
says you're taking this fight only to continue to puff up the YouTuber sort of image of your...
And I say that with the greatest of respect, but that's just natural. Kind of a cognitive decline there, and also a kind of, I can't be arseness regarding the whole situation, and I don't blame him for that. Let's listen to this joker. Hold on.
Reminder, the most hated and most criticized boxer in the sport of boxing before they loved him was Muhammad Ali. So I'm the anti-hero, and people will love me soon enough once they realize what I've done for this sport and who I truly am. But it doesn't bother me at the end of the day, because when you're at the top, people are clawing to rip you down, and that's just the way the game goes.
That's just all it is.
If Mike Tyson knocks you out at this age with this level of inactivity,
Then you're a joke.
this is taking a chance to fight somebody as vicious.
Chance.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit. That's the name of the game. I'm here to make history. I'm here for.
You gotta risk it
I'm
for
here
the
to fight one of the most dangerous.
He is the next Muhammad Ali, guys. He's got the rhyming down.
Never did anything great. Got there with ease or by a easy, non-bumpy road. I'm here to challenge myself. He's vicious. He's a killer. I know all of these things. He has one punch knockout power. He's the greatest heavyweight of all time. But I will prove on November 15th, all the haters wrong, all of these YouTuber.
You are a YouTuber.
And that's
You are a joke.
done.
You are a disgrace to the combat sports world.
Mike,
I love it.
You're an imposer. You're a wannabe.
one of the most
You're a fake.
all time fighting what you said.
Challenge yourself, you pathetic man. You pathetic individual. Fighting is about challenging yourself. Granted, businessman, yeah, killing it in that regard. But don't give me this fighter bullshit. That's what gets on my nerves.
Do you think he's ever stood across from a man with the sort of intentions you can have inside a ring?
Well, he may have been in the ring with people with the same intention, but the actuality, no.
Does that in any way, you talked about him being able to knock people out. You say you got to risk it for the biscuit. How much, is there any level of fear stepping into the ring with an icon like Mike Tyson?
Oh, bro, he's terrified. Listen, get ready.
Oh, I'm not scared. Sorry, I'm not scared of shit. No, not at all. Not at all. I was born for this. I was born for this moment. The universe told me this was gonna happen. You can ask Mike. I did ayahuasca, called him up and said, we're gonna fight on the biggest stage possible. It's destiny. And now here we are, years later, actually making it happen. I was made for this moment, born to do this, and I'm gonna put on the performance of a lifetime on November 15th, and the universe will align for all of its glory and good for God.
Oh, it's all good for God. Beating up a 58-year-old man.
Hey, you're the one that wanted 8 2-minute rounds. You want to make it 10 threes? Don't talk to me about shape. Don't talk to me about shape.
Stay in shape, be all right?
You want 10 threes?
Okay.
You want 10 threes?
Let's go. Be careful.
You want 10 threes? See, that's the thing.
Of course, Jake's trying to make it 10 3-minute rounds. Again, I hate to bring it up. The man's almost 60. He's almost a pensioner.
That's the thing is, everyone's all talk. I'll do whatever, wherever, whenever. I don't give a fuck. So it's all talk. Put it on the line. I'm stating facts. He's shit talking.
Mike, he seems extremely confident. He says there's no fear. Should he be scared?
He should be very scareful, yeah.
Jake.
I mean, Tyson's going to say that. Of course, he's going to say you should be scared and all the rest of it, because Mike Tyson was a terrifying individual. He was a terrifying prospect. To go up against that man in his prime, Jesus Christ, he's one of the scariest individuals that we've ever seen throughout any form of combat sport. The man was a straight killer. Was, again, the key word. I'm 45. When I was 25, I was a different person. I was a maniac. I was out of control, and I would have fought anybody. And if I was Jake Paul right now at 26 years old and you said to me, we're going to give you someone that's 58 years old, I'd have been like, oh my God, you're going to pay me to do this? You're going to pay me $40 million, whatever the price tag is, to go out there and beat up a guy like that? Oh my God. I would have said, stick it up your ass. Give me someone who's my age, because that is not competition. And that is what a true fighter would say and should say.
If you do, or when you do, according to you, beat Mike Tyson, what's the next step for Jake Paul's career?
We'll see. I'm still on the path to become world champion. There's a lot of shit talkers out there, a lot of big names who want to fight me. I still want Canelo Alvarez, and I want to go on the path to world championship, and that's what I'm here to do, and I will make it happen. And when it happens, people are going to go, God damn, that kid knew something we didn't.
Again, Canelo Alvarez is not his size.
You fought Lennox Lewis. You fought Evander.
He's not fighting heavyweights. He's not fighting cruiserweights.
You as the test of who they are. Lennox Lewis actually says if you beat Jake Paul, he wants to fight you. My question to you is this just a one and done thing because you want to knock this man out?
Hey, we have options. You know, we'll see.
You pick Mike Tyson. There are a ton of other people to pick. When this fight went away, when Mike was...
I mean, fair play to Ryan Clark. He's doing a good job here of keeping it going, because it's not easy, because he's asking Tyson, and Tyson's not really emotionally invested, and who knows, maybe there's, as I said, a little cognitive decline. So he's having to like think on his toes really, really quick and go and kick the ball around and pass it back to Jake and to Mike and all the rest of it. That's because Mike's an old dude, right? And he's not as quick-witted these days.
What do you say to people, though, that will look at you fighting Mike Tyson, 30 years your elder, and say that this has nothing to do with you obtaining the belt? What
Finally, a good question.
would be your answer to them of why this is important?
It does. Big moments, big pressure, big stages. One of the greatest to ever do it. More experience than me, more fights than me. I'm going to learn a lot in this fight and through this training camp. So this is helping me in my future fights and everything that I want to accomplish.
Listen, I'm not getting in the ring with either.
Please push him, question him. He talked about being one of the greatest. He never mentioned the fact he's 58 years old, riddled with arthritis, and the last time that he fought was 20 years ago, 2005, and the man couldn't even make it past round 6, fell on the floor against Kevin McBride and couldn't get back up, okay, and that's why they called the fight off, and that was 20 years ago in his prime. Please, for the love of God, Ryan Clark, push back here.
Either one of you. I've watched this man train. I've seen Mike Tyson hit the mitts. It should be criminally illegal for him to punch folks like this. When you watch that, what happens when Jake Paul gets in trouble against a real-life killer?
Oh, Ryan, you went there. I mean, you're getting paid. I get it. The videos look good of Tyson hitting the pads. The little clips, they edited together, you know, the 3 seconds here and that. It should be criminal for anybody to take that kind of power. Let's see the unedited version.
I think he's a mitt warrior. The Instagram videos are cute, but we'll see what happens in the ring on November 15th at the end of the day. We'll see if he still got it.
What's your plan when you step into the ring with him?
He still hasn't got an answer.
I'm gonna f you up.
All right, good answer.
Come up.
Short, sweet, to the point. I think he tried to think of something a little bit different, but in the end, the words escaped him, and he's just like, I'm going to F him up.
Hey, man, sometimes it can be short and sweet.
Or long and punishing. Or long and painful, right?
Hey, long and painful don't sound good either. Either way.
This press conference is long and painful. I'm really regretting doing this. It's the same old shit. We've seen it a million times before. It's the same old Jake Paul bullshit. It's the same old older opponent, trying to pull the wool over the eyes. Mike Tyson's almost, he almost died recently on a plane. He's got no business being in there. He can't string a sentence together. And his glory years are far, way behind him. Jake Paul sitting there acting all tough. He's got the shades on, chewing the gum. It is nice to see it's a little different. They're all saying F Jake Paul and they're booing him. And I think that's really messing with the ego of Jake Paul because he's like, hold on a minute. Who hates me? I'm the man. I'm worship.
Jake, Mike, let's go. Time for the face-off.
Oh, guys, this is going to be intense, man. This is going to be intense. Oh, there they are. Tyson gives him a little jab. Obviously very, very playful. Tyson's joking about that. Gives him a push. And Jake's like, bro, stop smiling. Didn't you get the memo? We're supposed to be hyping this up like this is a real grudge match. Jake's trying to be all intense, gives him a push there. Be careful. We don't need another medical emergency. But Jake's trying to look all mad and angry and intense. Fortunately, Tyson, I'll give him his due, he's kind of smiling because he knows this whole thing is an absolute joke. It's an absolute sham. It's an absolute shit show. He's not going to lower himself to getting emotionally charged over this nonsense. So he's there smiling, grinning, giving him a playful jab to the stomach where Jake Paul is trying to mean mug him. Anyway, listen, that's enough of that crap right now. We're going to watch it because we're curious about it. But still, anyway, whatever. I thought I'd just watch that day. We might have seen something good. We might have saw something revealing from Mike Tyson. He's been training for 2 weeks. He's in training camp now. He wasn't the most quick-witted, or maybe he just didn't really care. Maybe he was just overly nonchalant because all this is kind of beneath him now. But listen, a big payday is too good to turn down. I hope that's what it was, because you could look at it from a very negative perspective, but still, Mike Tyson's a legend. I hope he goes and knocks out Jake Paul. But from what I saw there, it's a press conference, but it doesn't look particularly likely. Anyway, you guys take care. Bye-bye.